Okay, welcome back. In this video, we'll be talking about um, default values for parameters. But before I will go to that, I forgot something in the last class where we are talking about optional parameters. What I forgot to let you know is that you can have more than one optional parameters in case if your function wants that, depending on what your function is talking about, okay? So it can be anything, okay? It can be int. You can have more than one optional parameters, okay? So I just want to make you understand that, okay? It can be more than one, right? So now, in this class, we will be talking about giving your optional parameter a value, a default value. You understand? When we run this program like this, when we didn't check for the null, okay, we didn't check for it, we saw what it printed for us. When we called it here, it printed null in front of it. Okay, it printed null in front of it. So if I run this now, it's going to print null +1, and which is not, it doesn't make sense. So what we can do is this: since we expect some of our users, they might not have a title, I can just give this title a default value. I can just call it, I can just say Mr. It can be anything, you know that is writing the program, you know what you want to write, okay? You know what your program is all about. So I'm just giving an example here, okay? Of course, I cannot use Mr. because I can have a lady, I can have a woman, so Mr. will not go well. So I can look for, I don't know the best title to give here, but my point here is that I'm trying to make you understand what it means to give a default value to an optional parameter. This is how you do it. Inside the curly braces, for that particular parameter, you do the equal to Mr. So if I run this now, instead of printing null, it will print Mr. But if when I call the function and provide, if I provide a title here, if I provide a title and say Mrs., okay, it will print Mrs. Do you understand? I gave it a default value of Mr. So if I do not provide it, because it is optional when I'm calling the function, it will just say Mr. But if I provide it while I'm calling it, it will override, this Mrs. will override the default value I gave the title, and it will print Mrs. Okay, I hope you understand this. It is not difficult. I'm actually giving a default value, all right? Now, you write your program based on the logic of your program. Okay, so in this case, we are saying, oh, in case the user, we don't want the title to be compulsory, so it is optional. Then when we made it optional, we didn't give it a default value. We were getting the null. And when we now have that null, we either have to print it like that, which is not good, or we have to check in our code. But if we don't want to do that, we can, if your logic, the logic of your program permits you to give a default value to your optional parameter, why not? Just give it a default value. This is how you do it. So in case I also have another optional parameter here, something like age, and I can just say this, and it will still work. I can just say, Mr. This, you are this years old. So if the user doesn't give me, when they are calling this function, if they don't really provide the age, that means we are just going to run 98. The age will be 98. But like I said, this thing depends on the logic of your program, okay? Thank you very much. You need to practice this. You need to practice this. You need to practice this. Ask for the textbook, the PDF, and I will give it to you. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next class.